Welcome to Access to Health exercises. So the first one is going to be talking about when reading things, keeping things more at eye level rather than putting the book down to look down all the time or reading a newspaper. Bring it up, prop it up against another book when sitting at a chair. The next is also talking about when looking or working at a computer. You want your monitor to be up at the bottom 1/3 at eye level. So raise that monitor up with either using a book or a box so that when you're sitting up nice and straight, your eyes should be at the bottom 1/3 of the computer monitor. When working on a laptop, try to limit your working to no longer than 30 minutes because you do have to kind of get down to the monitor when working on a laptop more, or your body tends to go that way. Next is talking about bending forward. You don't want to bend forward and twist at the waist. It's really hard on the low back, or doing any kind of twisting motion at the waist. So talking about like mopping, vacuuming, do more of a rocking motion rather than a twisting motion. Or when working at in the kitchen and you're going from counter to counter, turn your body to meet the other counter to turn instead of twist. Or use this little rhyme, keep your nose in between your toes, because if that way then your body cannot go outside of your toes. The next is bending over. You want, like when getting dishes out of the dishwasher, bending over to wash your face, brush your teeth, shave, or even doing dishes at the counter. When you bend over, you want to have a little bit of arch in your back and a little bit of bend in your knees. Don't round forward because that puts your back out of the natural position, which then makes it weaker. Or you can prop open the door underneath the cabinet or underneath the sink to help prop your foot up to help balance out. So bending over, having a little slight arch in the back and bend in the knees when doing anything, don't round. The next is a pec stretch. So this is great for helping open up the chest after you've been sitting at the computer or doing anything that's really pulling that chest or pulling your upper back forward. So the biggest thing is, once I show you, is you want to keep your arms at a nice 90-degree angle and walk into the stretch. So you should do that holding for a minute, relax, and then do another stretch for a minute. You can also do this stretch in the doorway because it will help keep things at a nice even level when you walk forward. The last stretch or the strengthening exercise is for the upper back, for helping to give that better posture. So the biggest thing when you do this exercise is rolling the shoulders back and just holding the squeeze for 6 to 10 seconds. Or you can keep your arms at your side, rolling back, or if you do it when you're sitting at a computer, make sure to sit up straight, then round those shoulders back. Again, you're just going to squeeze like you're pretending to squeeze a lemon or an orange in between your shoulder blades, holding it for 5 to 10 seconds, doing it 10 times, and doing it several times throughout your day. The next is a hip flexor stretch, so good for if you've been sitting all day long or going to get on a nice comfy plane to sit as well. It's going to help to open up the hips and pelvis and not pull so much in the low back. So the biggest thing is bring your foot up against the wall, keep your arms nice and straight, and keeping the back leg bent. So you're sitting down into the stretch. Hold it there for a minute. So you just keep your arms straight because it helps keep you from going here. Now I've taken away the stretch. So arm straight, front knee bent, back leg straight, and pretend like you're just sitting down into the stretch to get the stretch feeling right here in the front of the hip. Hold that for a minute and do each side 2 times. The last is the good hip flexor stretch, or hamstring stretch, if you've been standing all day long to help relax the hamstrings. So there's 2 good ways to stretch the hamstrings. One is either with a chair where You stand nice and straight, back straight, and you bend forward with your chest kind of coming down to your knee, not your nose. Because now again, you've rounded your back. So nice flat back, stretch forward, holding that for a minute, and do it 2 times on each side, holding 1 minute each. Or you can do it on the floor, where both legs are out in front of you, and what you're going to do is, again, with a straight back, just coming and leaning forward and holding that stretch for a minute, and do it 2 times. The next are some great core exercises to help with support of the back and posture. The first one is called a clamshell. So you'll find either a couch or a flat wall. Lean up against it to help keep your back nice and straight. Your feet go right up against the wall. And with all these core exercises, you always want to have a little bit of contraction in through the abs and contraction in through the glutes. So what you do is you kind of hold and bring it up, squeezing 10 times. Then relax and do a set of 3. The next one is the bird dog. On this one, what you'll do is you're on all fours and you'll be bringing one arm out and one leg out at the same time. So I'll show it. And then you come down and then hold it and come down. And try to hold that out for 3 to 5 seconds and do it 10 times on each side. So the next 3 will be on your back for exercises. So you'll lay flat on your back. You're going to do kind of a bridge marching, it's called. So you squeeze everything here, and what you do is you bring the leg in a swinging type motion 10 times. Or if that's too much to think about, you can just kick out from the leg and hold it there for a count of 5 to 10 seconds. And then bring it down and come down. And then come up, squeeze, contract, either kick out or bring back and forth. The next one is the side bridge exercise, where you'll get down onto your side. You come up to a side lying position, kind of squeezing in through here, and hold for a count of 10 seconds. Now once you've been able to master that and you feel comfortable, you can try the next challenging position, where you bring your legs straight. The top leg goes in the front, and you come up to a side lying position. The biggest thing is looking down, and you want to be straight. You don't want to be curled or tipping down. You want to be in a nice up straight position. Here, hold it for, again, 3 to 5 seconds. Come down, roll over, do the other side, and back and forth 10 times. The last is the abdominal exercise. So here, you want to have a little bit of arch in your back, squeezing in through here, and you just bring this leg, scissoring it nice and slowly for a count of 10 seconds, or 10 times, back and forth. Then relax, squeeze, do the other side, back and forth 10 times. If you want to be more of a challenging position, what you do, squeeze everything here, raise both legs, then scissor this leg back and forth, relax, squeeze, and do the other leg 10 times. Thank you so much for watching Access to Health exercises.